What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we have even more Pokemon Shiny hunting exploit locations, and this location is going to have 5 really good Shiny hunts and then 1 additional Shiny hunt for a total of 6. And of course, guys, you're new to the channel, enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. So I'm actually at this spot already right now, because this is a really easy spot to get to. But you're going to the Levencia Lighthouse, so if you don't have it yet, you need to go to Levencia North, go up the path, and then get to this lighthouse. Now you want to stand exactly where I'm at. So the big marker here is this flower right to my left. And I'm pretty much right on the barrier where it will allow you to actually set up a picnic on this hill. You don't want to get any closer because we can get a good 10 to 15 spawns in this location, depending on what Pokemon you're hunting, and a little bit of luck on top of that. Now, we are going to be doing a couple of daytime only hunts first to show off this spot. And to begin, once again, you always want to save your game before you start doing a shiny hunt, just in case you make a mistake on the sandwich. If you don't get the shiny in 30 minutes, you can always just turn off your game, restart it, come back here, and it's like you didn't lose any of your resources. Now, we are going to hit the picnic button here. And if it says you can't do a picnic, I would recommend moving a little bit further up or a little bit to the right. And we're going to be making a ghost type sandwich during the day here, because this is probably the coolest thing that you can hunt in this location, in my opinion. And I'm going to use 1 red onion and 2 salties to do this. Of course, you can look at the recipe sheet on the screen to figure out the other recipe for the ghost sandwich too. And the ghost sandwich is going to get us in a very exclusive Pokemon, which is Rotom. Rotom can be only caught in Levencia and at the other lighthouse in the game too. But I found out this spot ended up being better for Rotom than the other location. I did a lot of extensive testing on the other side of Levencia and the other lighthouse on the west side of the map. And this one just seemed to give me more spawns in general, with a nice reset spot too. There we go, level 3 sparkling title encounter for Ghost. So like I said, you want to do this during the daytime, because if you do a ghost sandwich at night, you will get like Shuppets showing up, Drifloons, and it's going to be a complete disaster. Now you can see we're getting a decent amount of spawns here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spawns. So if you are running into some difficulties, maybe move a little bit further from the wall, like right here, to get more of the spawns. It really depends. And I do have to note that because it is a daytime only spawn, if it does happen to go to nighttime, you will not get the Rotoms anymore. So you do want to make a precise time on your Switch where you're going to be playing at the beginning of your daytime, or it's going to be really hard to actually complete this hunt. Now, the Shiny Rotom is going to be red instead of orange, and it's going to have a yellow outline instead of the blue one. So it's going to be fairly obvious. The only annoying part is they move around a lot. But if you do see the shiny, just save your game in front of it, and then you'll be able to catch it whether it's day or night. But like I said, if you do it at night, Rotoms will spawn, but you'll also get like Shuppets, and it's going to make it a lot messier too. And there we go. We got a Shiny Rotom. So here's the big thing about Rotom is it is actually really obvious that it is different. It's going to be much brighter red, and it's going to be orange around it instead of that blue and yellow. You could try to zoom in and see, but it's going to be really obvious. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb, so you don't really need to zoom in. But there we go. We got ourselves a Shiny Rotom. One of the best shinies in the game, in my opinion, too, just because you can transform this into all of its different Rotom forms, and they have a lot of competitive viability as well. So this is definitely a great Pokemon to get for VGC play. And now on to our next shiny hunt. And for our next sandwich, we're going to be making a fairy type sandwich during the day, another daytime exclusive. Once again, if you try to do this at night, you will get nothing, because we're going to be shiny hunting for Kirila here. And Kirila is actually a really cool shiny hunt, because if you get a male Kirila, you can evolve that into a Galate. And there we go. We got level 3 for fairy type Pokemon, as you can see. If you didn't know, you can hit right on the D-pad to check. So we got level 3 sparkling title encounter for fairy type sandwich. And we're going to get about 10 Kirlia spawning from this location. They're not going to spawn in as quickly as a Rotom. Rotom definitely spawned in probably the fastest of all the Pokemon in this location. But this is going to be still a really good Kirlia respawn location. And the shiny for Kirlia is very obvious. The green is going to be like a lightish blue color to it. So it's going to be super obvious once you see the shiny on it. And hopefully you'll be able to get the shiny within one sandwich. And remember, if you don't get the shiny, you can always just reset your game and you'll be good to go. And there we go. We got a shiny Kirlia over here. I just want to showcase the spawns because you do actually get quite a few. Like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spawns, 11, 12. Like, they're coming in. So this 13. So yeah, they do take some time to come in, but they're pretty neat overall. It's a pretty neat spot for this guy. And there we go. That's a beautiful shiny Kirlia right there. And is it going to be male or female? Oh, male. Oh, shiny Gallade right there. That's absolutely perfect. There we go. And on to our next shiny hunt. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to be making a steel type sandwich, which I'm going to be using a hamburgie, a salty, and a sweet for this. And with this one, we can shiny hunt for Magnetmite. So the big thing is you don't want to use an electric type sandwich, because if you do, you'll get Magnetmites and Rotom, and that'll be really counterproductive if you had both happening at the same time. So this is going to be the best way to isolate shiny hunt the Magnetmite here. And there we go, level 3 sparkling title encounter for steel types. And once again, similar to Kirlia spawn, we're going to get about 10 Magnetmites showing up. We get some big clusters on it. They can spawn on the right or on the left. And as you can see, we get like about clusters of 4 or 5 coming in. Magnetmite shiny is going to be pretty easy to tell, in my opinion. It's going to be a golden color. So there's going to be no red or blue on it either on the tips. It's going to just be black and gold for the color scheme overall. You may have to zoom in, at least in first person, to see it, but I personally think once you do see the shiny, it's going to be relatively obvious. And for our next sandwich, we're going to be making a poison type sandwich, because there is a particular poison type Pokemon sponsor with 1 noodle and 2 salties. And I actually haven't covered this one in the video before, so this is actually really exciting as well. And there we go. We got level 3 sparkling title encounter for poison type Pokemon. And we're going to be getting a lot of Grimers coming up here. And once again, it's going to be similar to Kirlia spawns. Magnetmite, you're going to get about, up to 10 of these. They are bigger Pokemon. And I noticed that bigger Pokemon are coming slower in the game, but also sometimes you get less spawns with them. But that can also be due to your positioning being off. So if you are feeling like you're too close, not getting too many spawns, I recommend walking back, because whenever you make a sandwich, you do walk forward a little bit. So if you keep making a sandwich in the same spot over and over again, you're going to eventually keep walking forward. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this method. The shiny for Grimer is going to be pretty obvious, though. It is going to be a green and not purple. And yes, this works during both day and nighttime, so you don't have to worry too much. And yeah, there's about 10 spawns right there. So this is pretty solid. I think, in my opinion, the best spot in the entire game to hunt Grimer too. I tested the other spots around the cities, and I just really could not get a good Grimer spot outside of this one. And for our next shiny hunt, we're going to be covering a normal type sandwich with 1 chorizo and 2 salties. In the intro of the video, I mentioned 5 shiny hunts and then 1 that mostly works. Well, this is the one that mostly works. There we go, level 3 for sparkling title encounter for normal type Pokemon. So this one mostly works, but I still think it's worth covering in the video. So you get Squawkabilly with this, which is pretty nice, but it's not isolated. You get Tandem Mouse every now and then too. And depending on your positioning, sometimes you get Deerling to spawn to your right. They never spawn in front of you to Deerling, because technically the lighthouse has a different spawn area than that path over there. So you want to make sure your positioning is pretty much correct, like mine, to get the Squawkabilly to spawn without the Deerling. But even then, if you're slightly off, you probably get some Deerlings going on over there. It looks like I actually found the perfect spot. So the big thing is the Squawkabilly, we're not going to focus on the Tandem Mouse, because one, you only get like 1 or 2 spawns from that in general. But for the Squawkabilly, the shiny is really easy to tell for all 4 forms. The black Pompadour is going to be pink, so you can just look out for that. But sometimes the Squawkabilly spawns don't come in that well, because the Tandem Mouse will take it over. So I think there is going to be better Squawkabilly spawns that you can reset for in this area, or even just in general. But I just wanted to put it out there in the video, because I know some people really like this Pokemon. And for our last shiny hunt in this video, we're going to make a dark type sandwich with a smoked fillet, a sweet, and a salty. And with this one, we're going to get everyone's favorite crow, Murkrow. And there we go, level 3 sparkling title encounter for dark type Pokemon. And now with this spot, we're going to be able to get cluster spawns of Murkrow, which is pretty great. And you actually get all 3 clusters to spawn if you're lucky. And once again, I'm pretty much over in this position right over here. Sometimes for a different Pokemon, you got to position yourself in a little bit slightly of a way. And of course, Shiny Murkrow is going to be very easy to tell. It is going to be a pink color. And yeah, like I said, sometimes the spawns are a little bit slow here. It looks like we only got 2 because we got some isolated Murkrow spawns coming in instead of like the group spawn. So if you get like 1 or 2 Murkrow solo spawns coming in, you're not going to get all the group spawns. So usually you get like 2 group spawns. If you're lucky, you get all 3 of the group spawns. But there you have it, guys. That is all of the Pokemon that you can shiny hunt in this lighthouse spot. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Of course, let me know in the comment section below if you have any good spots that you know of that you would like me to cover in a video. Similar spots like to this where we can isolate shiny hunt, or maybe where you can like run around. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.